Our schedule for the remainder of the broadcast day is as follows. At 8 p.m., the new season of Doctor Who is here as the sixth incarnation makes his debut in the first part of the Twin Dilemma. Following that, at 8:30 p.m., we will join Julie Mirage and David Dinklebridge in the studio for the Jamestown News Bulletin. At 9:05 p.m., we will conclude our broadcasting with The Joy of Faking, with Rob Moss. For now, we will now go to our regular segment, The Missing.
Rosie Jackson, age 9, disappeared in April 12, 1984. Patricia Russell, aged 17, disappeared in April 24, 1984. Maria Laveau, aged 18, disappeared 4th of June, 1983. Vehicle belonging to her, a red 1979 Ford Thunderbird, was last seen traveling westbound in Interstate 94. License plate is KDB017.
This is a test of the emergency broadcast system. Please stand by.
Are you okay, Senpai? I'm to check out on you. Okay. Thank you. Senpai. What? What have you done?
How to unleash the demon from inside. Have your father force his ideals on you. Get his wishes and try to be the best you can be. Did voice human. Live at your birthday party. Your boyfriend abandons you. Your father abandons you. Your mother abandons you.
Hello, and thank you for tuning into King 5 News in Seattle. We have a special report here. The Washington Department of Health has reported a high influx of what appears to be a flu-like illness within King County, although the exact type of pathogen is yet to be determined. So far, there are at least 120 confirmed instances of it, and patient 0 has not been identified. Its primary method of transmission is unknown. Symptoms of this illness include coughing fits, high fever, sweating, unusual sensitivity to light, and in some cases, severe headache. Several school districts have announced temporary closure to prevent students from contracting the illness. Again, both the index patient and the source of the epidemic
Washington State Department of Health. This alert is being sent out to all residents in King County in regards to an intensifying epidemic of what officials hypothesize to be a modification of the flu. The highest concentration of cases are located within the Seattle metropolitan area. However, there have also been a few reports of the illness in suburban areas. It has been noted that this pathogen has been spreading unusually rapidly. To mitigate the spread, King County will have certain safety regulations imposed while officials investigate. A mandatory curfew is in effect, lasting from 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. the following morning. In addition, citizens must maintain a proper distance from others, excluding those that live in their household. These limitations will be in effect for at least 1 week, beginning tonight. Remember to practice proper hygiene. Wash your hands for 20 seconds with soap and warm water to effectively combat germs after you go outside. Stay away from others if you are sick. Stay tuned to local media outlets for the latest information.
Senpai, what have you done? I thought I could trust you with her. Senpai? Are you okay? Senpai?
This is MSNBC with breaking news out of Seattle. Washington state health officials have noted that within the past few days, a flu-like illness has been spreading unusually fast in several different areas. King County has placed restrictions and health guidelines for the next week or two to try and prevent the pathogen from spreading farther. Health experts have sounded the alarm, noting that this has pandemic potential. If the spread is not mitigated, then it could possibly start popping up in other states and eventually other countries. Officials estimate that around 3,000 people have contracted this illness, a dramatic increase from 2 days ago, when that number was only around 100. A small number of deaths have also been reported. The Washington Department of Health and the CDC are both trying to collect samples of the pathogen to try and identify it.
Senpai? Senpai! Senpai! Don't do that! Just please.
Missing persons alert. The following message is transmitted at the request of the King County Police Department Missing Persons Unit. Within the past hour, 7 people that are not connected to each other in any way were reported missing. Their identities will not be revealed. However, they were reported to have been acting strange before they disappeared. They reportedly did not respond when people would try talking to them and looked like they had lost their sense of direction. The King County Police Department is concerned that these persons' behaviors may eventually become more hostile and pose a threat to civilian safety. If you observe anyone nearby you acting abnormally, do not approach the persons. Call 911 immediately and notify them of where you saw the person. Thank you for your cooperation.
Please. Senpai, please don't do that. Please, Senpai. Senpai, put that rope away. Please.
Hello, and thank you for tuning in to King 5 News in Seattle. Conspiracy theories surrounding the new virus have started to circulate online, especially after several people were reported missing. Due to the reports saying that they were acting strange, some have theorized that these persons were affected with the virus. These theories are popular on social media platforms such as Facebook or Twitter.
They're latching onto something that tells them what they want to believe. They're latching onto something that matches their existing worldview. And it's important to these people to do that right now because of the anxiety and the uncertainty that they're facing around this.
This has led people to question whether or not the government is telling the full truth, or if this virus is really what it seems.
How many people die annually from the flu? So even if this is twice as bad, it's serious, but I'm not concerned.
However, these theories are unlikely to be true because there is no other evidence besides the missing persons that can back the claims up. Nevertheless, this virus is still very dangerous and it's spreading at an alarming rate. More school districts continue to follow the trend of closing until this epidemic subsides. Officials are strongly advising residents to avoid going to large public gathering spaces and to wash hands thoroughly each time after going outside. Much about this pathogen, including the first patient and the outbreak source, are still unknown at this time. However, that is being investigated. At this time, officials hypothesize that this virus was brought into Seattle from the influx of Thanksgiving travel across the United States. Conspiracy theorists claim that the virus was accidentally released from a lab.
Please. Senpai. Senpai, put that gun away.
911, what is your emergency? I need help. My roommate is sick and he just started attacking me out of nowhere. Calm down, sir. Please give me your address so I can dispatch police units. 714 Scranton Street, Unit 2. And you said your roommate was sick? Was he sick with the new illness? Yeah, I think so. I've locked myself in the bathroom, but I think he knows I'm in here. Sir? Sir, are you there? Help! You tried to break the door! Just stay on the line with me. Please, send help!
Please. Senpai. We all love.
Hang on. What? Oh my God. What's wrong?
The virus, we were totally wrong about it.
What is it?
It's nothing like the flu. Look at it.
It looks tremendous, just like Ebola, but it can't be, can it? There's no way we missed this.
Clearly we did. We've been treating this like the flu when it could be a highly contagious and deadly virus. We have to get this information out. Who knows how many people are walking around infected with an Ebola-like virus? The whole Seattle area is at risk.
Please, Senpai. Please. You didn't mean to kill her, right?
Thank you for joining this emergency conference. We have conducted research on this new virus and have some urgent information to share with you. The virus, which has begun to spread rapidly across Seattle, has been collected, and scientists working with us have conducted research into its properties. Initially, we believe this virus was a flu-like virus, posing a threat to the weak and vulnerable, but initial research has shown this virus bears more similarity to the Ebola virus. Ebola viruses belong to a family of viruses known as filoviridae, which involve viruses such as the Ebola virus and the Marburg virus. Based on our Ebola research in recent years, we can conclude that the new virus is not an Ebola virus, of which there are 6, but a more distant relative, and likely fit into the category of a filovirus. This virus has now been dubbed Plaxia virus. The virus has a similar composition to Ebola, and as such the city of Seattle and its surrounding areas should be quarantined immediately. A full military blockade will be required to ensure the virus is contained as much as possible. Once we can confirm that a suitable perimeter has been established and will not be breached, medical and research teams will be deployed to help those who are infected and collect more samples to further understand this new virus. Members of Congress have been informed and will soon prepare to begin the necessary actions. The President is also being kept up to date.
Senpai, please. Just don't do it, please. You're gonna make me do it. And I hate to see you do it, okay?
The following is a message from the Washington State Department of Health in conjunction with the Centers for Disease Control and the Washington State National Guard. Due to recent developments with the virus spreading in Seattle, the governor of Washington has decided to instate a military blockade around King County. As of now, nobody will be able to enter or leave King County without proper authorization to stop the virus from spreading outside of the county. Anyone who attempts to breach the blockade may be met with lethal force. Life within the county will retain some degree of normality. However, there are limitations being enforced. Residents will be able to go outside, and essential stores such as grocery stores or pharmacies will remain open. However, public gathering spaces such as parks or malls will be closed off to the public until further notice. This curfew is in effect indefinitely and will be lifted once it has been determined that the virus is no longer a threat to the general population. Stay tuned for further updates.
Please. Please. Please.
Are you crying? What's wrong? What happened? Okay, hold on. Let's get you inside. Jeez, you're freezing. You didn't grab a jacket? You didn't have time. You ran here? How? What? What happened? I'm sorry. Sorry, I didn't mean to raise my voice. I'm just worried about you. Here, let's sit you down on the couch. Alright, okay. Let me go and get you something to drink. You need to warm up. No? Oh, okay. Alright. Then I'll stay here, if that'll make you more comfortable. I'm not going anywhere, I promise. I won't leave. Senpai, As much as I love seeing your face, I need to know why you came here so late. Well, early. And why you're crying. Let's take some deep breaths, okay? I need you to breathe so you can tell me how to fix whatever's going on. Okay, first one. Ready? In. Out. Alright. Again. In. Out. Last time. In. Out. Now, tell me what happened. So it was your family again.
A considerable number of people in Seattle make it clear that they disagree with the blockade and believe it is a breach of their human rights. We have a citizen of Seattle with us today. 28-year-old Benjamin Kane has agreed to speak with us about his opinions on the matter. Ben, how has this blockade impacted your life on a personal level?
I plan to travel out of state to visit my mother, as she's ill, and to be perfectly honest, I don't think she's got much time left. I want to spend some precious time with her, and this blockade has just completely ruined that. Why we need the military to block off the city for a flu-like virus that doesn't really kill anyone is beyond me. I think it's tyrannical.
We're getting information about a potential protest in the downtown area. What are your thoughts on that?
I don't blame them. Their freedoms are being stripped away by the government, and they have the right to protest against it. Our lives have been brought to a halt, and we're being expected to just deal with it. Never in my life did I expect that the army would hold us all at gunpoint to stay in the city. This is America, for God's sake, not Pyongyang.
Anything you want to add before we let you go?
Personally, I'm disgusted that the people in other cities aren't making a fuss about this. This whole thing is completely illegal, and we should be fighting to resist this sort of tyranny. I, for one, will be taking up arms and fighting to restore my freedoms and encourage other citizens at Seattle to pick up their weapons and fight off the oppressing.
Sorry about that, but we cannot have that on the air. I want to take the time to make it clear that we at MSNBC do not condone violence against the military, and you will be met with lethal force if you fight the military forming the blockade.
Senpai, I'm worried about you. Please.
Everyone needs to disperse immediately. You are disturbing the general public and violating the law. Please walk in the opposite direction within 5 seconds, or we will use force. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Arms ready. Without stopping. Fire!
The following message is transmitted at the request of the Washington State National Guard. The military forces along the established blockade around King County have been over...
Senpai.
Hello? This is Randy Gray from the U.S. government, and I'm legally obliged to keep track of the blockade and how it's going. Have you had any issues so far, as well as any breaching attempts?
No, not at all. Everything is absolutely fine down here. No worries down here, sir.
What was that?
Nothing.
Hey, are you sure everything's alright down there?
Senpai, please. I hate to see you like this.
The following message is being transmitted at the request of the Portland Police Department in conjunction with the Multnomah County Emergency Management. The Portland Police Department is advising all residents to remain indoors at this time. Police are on the lookout for several wanted persons in connection with a series of killings in the Portland area. The suspects were last seen escaping from the St. John's Medical Center, located near exit 10 of Interstate 84. The suspects were described as 3 middle-aged men dressed in suits. They were also reported to have been acting abnormally. If you observe anyone that matches the description, notify the authorities immediately. Do not attempt to interact with the suspects, as they may be hostile towards you. This coincides with an uptick in hospitalizations in the Portland area. Hospitals have reported that many of the recent admittances seem to be very similar to each other. Most patients have had similar symptoms. 7 of these reported patients have died. This points towards the beginning of a flu epidemic in the Portland area. It is unlikely that this is the same virus that prompted the quarantine of Seattle. However, residents should remain cautious. Wash your hands each time after going outside. Cover your mouth when you cough or sneeze.
Senpai.